Welcome, deep divers.
Right.
Ever watched a movie and just, felt totally sucked in? Wondered how they did that.
Yeah, that magic, right?
Exactly. So today, we're kind of pulling back the curtain on filmmaking, not just for aspiring directors, but really for anyone curious about how stories go from just an idea to what we see on screen.
Mm.
If you've ever felt that gut connection to a film and wanted to know the mechanics behind it, well, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Absolutely. Our mission today really is to give you a solid insider look at the essential tools filmmakers use.
Okay.
Everything from those big narrative blueprints,
Ah.
the ones that shape whole sagas, down to the really nitty-gritty documents that guide every single shot on set.
Right, the details.
Yeah. And by the end, hopefully you'll have a much deeper appreciation for how it's this mix of art and really disciplined craft. Understanding how all these building blocks work together, how they make sure a story isn't just told, but it's actually felt and seen.
That's a perfect way to put it. And when we talk about the heart of filmmaking, for me, it always comes back to the story.
Always.
What is it about some stories that just grab you? They stick with you long after the credits roll. How do filmmakers actually, build those experiences?
Well, what's really fascinating, I think, is that even though every story feels unique, so many share these fundamental underlying patterns, these narrative structures. They give you a powerful skeleton to build on.
A skeleton.
Yeah, but they're not rigid rules, more like time-tested frameworks. They actually give you a lot of creative leverage.
So where do we start? What's the most basic one?
We gotta start with the classic,
Mm.
the three-act structure. It's kind of your essential, almost universal skeleton.
Right.
A beginning, that's your setup, world, characters, initial conflict. Then the middle confrontation escalates, rising action, tension builds. And finally, the end climax, payoff, resolution.
Beginning, middle, end. Sounds simple.
It sounds simple, yeah, but it's incredibly powerful. Pretty much every great film, whether it's a rom-com or a huge sci-fi epic, uses this structure, explicitly or implicitly. It's the bedrock.
Okay, so that's the bedrock. But what about those really huge stories, like the epic saga spanning galaxies or generations? Feels like there's something grander going on there.
Ah, yeah, you're talking about moving into the hero's journey.
Mm.
That's Joseph Campbell's work, but Christopher Vogler really popularized it for us screenwriters.
Right, Campbell.
Think of it like an epic adventure blueprint. It's this 12-stage cycle tracing a hero's transformation.
Yeah.
Starts in their ordinary world, then bam, the call to adventure.
Which they might refuse at first.
Exactly, the refusal of the call. Then meeting the mentor, crossing the threshold into the special world.
Okay, I'm seeing Star Wars here.
Totally.
Yeah.
Star Wars, The Matrix,
Mm.
classic examples. They face tests, allies and enemies, approach the inmost cave for their ordeal, their biggest crisis.
The Death Star trench run.
Precisely. That leads to a reward, then the road back, a final resurrection test, and finally, return with the elixir, transformed.
Bringing back the plans or the Force.
Exactly. But what's really cool is seeing how filmmakers subvert this, too. They use the structure, but twist expectations, break the rules deliberately.
Okay, that's a really powerful blueprint for those big transformative stories. But, I'm thinking about Hollywood. The studios, they need to know a script works, right? That it
Yeah.
hits the right beats at the right time.
Right.
Is there something more commercially focused?
Yeah, you've hit on a key thing for studio pacing. That brings us to Blake Snyder's Save the Cat Beats.
Days a Cat. Okay.
It's a 15-beat template,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a Bible for Hollywood pacing, mapping key moments to specific page numbers in a standard, say, 110-page script.
So very specific.
Very.
Wow.
Opening image on page 1 sets the tone. Catalyst around page 12 kicks off the plot. Midpoint, page 55, often a false high or low point.
Right, where things seem great or terrible, but it's not over.
Exactly. Then the all's lost moment, maybe page 75, that rock bottom point for the hero.
The everything just went spectacularly wrong moment. That's when I usually grab more popcorn.
Huh. Yeah. Things are about to get intense. And it wraps with a final image on page 110, mirroring the opening, showing how much has changed.
So it's designed to keep the audience hooked, keep the momentum going.
Precisely. Though a common mistake, trying to stuff too much plot into just one beat. The goal isn't the whole story per beat, it's making someone need to turn the page.
Gotcha. Okay, what about TV? Especially episodic stuff. Feels different.
It can be. And for that, look at Dan Harmon's Story Circle, creator of Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
It's this character-driven, cyclical 8-step model, perfect for series. It goes, you, in a zone of comfort, need, something isn't right, Go, enter an unfamiliar situation, search, adapt to it, get what you want. Pay a heavy price, return back to the familiar, change having been altered.
Wow, that sounds like almost every Rick and Morty episode.
Right. It's brilliant for ensuring character growth and consistent flow episode after episode. Really valuable for anything with that repeating, character-focused cycle.
So for us watching, recognizing these patterns, the three acts, the hero's journey, the beats, the circle of kin, it really deepens how we see films, doesn't it? It's like having a secret decoder ring.
It totally is. You start seeing the architecture behind the magic.
And inside these structures, what's happening to the characters? They can't just be pawns, can they? They have to change.
Absolutely. That's where character arcs come in. That's the transformation the main character goes through. It's what makes them feel real, relatable, what gives the story its emotional weight.
No arc, flat story.
Pretty much, yeah. It feels less meaningful. So we usually see three main types. First, the positive arc. Character gets better, overcomes a flaw. Think Luke Skywalker, right? Naive farm boy to Jedi.
Hopeful, inspiring.
Exactly. Then, the opposite.
Yeah.
Negative arc. Character gets worse, gives into flaws. Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader is the classic, tragic example.
Cautionary tales. Darker stuff.
Right. And then there's the flat arc. This one's interesting. The protagonist doesn't change much, but their firm beliefs change the world or people around them.
Like Aaron Brockovich.
Perfect example. She stays true to herself, and her persistence changes everything for others. Flat arcs really highlight the power of conviction. The hero is the steady force.
So the character arc is crucial for getting us invested.
Totally. Relatability, emotional investment, thematic depth, it all ties back to the arc.
It's amazing how that internal journey plays out. And how do these characters, interact while they're on these journeys? That leads us to dialogue, right? How they talk to each other.
Straight to it.
Yeah.
Crafting dialogue, it's so much more than just talking. It's this engine, really. Reveals character, moves the plot, builds theme, creates conflict. It's a real art.
So not just filler, every line counts.
Ideally, yes. Every line should serve a purpose. If it doesn't advance plot, reveal character, build theme, or create conflict, cut it. That's the rule. Well, efficient. And it needs to sound authentic, but maybe not totally realistic. Real conversations are messy, full of ums and ahs. Film dialogue is heightened, more impactful.
Polished reality.
Kind of, yeah. And characters need unique voices. They can't all sound the same. Think Tarantino, who's talking just by the rhythm and word choice.
Right. And what about what's not said?
Subtext. Crucial. What's unsaid is often more powerful than what is. Creates tension, layers of meaning. You look tired, could mean I'm worried, or what have you been up to?
Showing, not telling.
Always. Show anger with a slam door. Don't just say, I'm angry. And finally, keep it lean and impactful. Cut unnecessary words. Make every syllable count.
So much packed into just how characters speak. Okay, shifting gears a bit. You have the story, the characters, the dialogue, but you need to package it, right? How do you categorize it first?
Exactly. Enter film genres. Action, comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi. We know the basic labels.
But it's more complicated now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Hybrids are huge. Sci-fi horror, rom-com thrillers. Blurring those lines is where a lot of creativity happens now. Genres are like signposts, though. They set expectations for the audience and the filmmakers.
Helps with marketing, too, I bet.
Absolutely. And they provide creative constraints, something to push against or embrace. It's a shared language.
And beyond those traditional buckets, there are bigger trends shaping things now, right? Almost like undercurrents.
Definitely. These are sort of beyond genre emerging influences, and they're really changing the landscape.
Like what?
Well, there's the female gaze, not just about having women directors, but a deliberate shift in perspective, moving away from, historically male viewpoints, telling stories differently.
Changing who has the power on screen.
Exactly. Then intersectionality, exploring how different identities like race, gender, class combine, leads to richer, more complex characters and stories.
Reflecting reality better.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And the streaming wars.
Yeah.
Huge impact on what gets made, how we watch, binge watching, series demand.
And film and gaming.
Big overlap now. Game narratives are getting cinematic, movies are borrowing from game structures, even creative AI is starting to play a role.
AI and writing scripts.
Early days, but yeah. Generating concepts, draft scenes, even music scores. It's blurring lines around authorship. And don't forget, luxury viewing, premium cinemas, amazing home theaters. It demands higher production values.
Wow. So many forces shaping what we see. Okay, you've got your story, your genre, you know the trends, but you still got to sell it. How do you boil it all down?
That's where your log lines and synopses are gold. They're your hooks, your selling tools, designed to grab attention fast.
The elevator pitch?
Kind of.
Yeah.
The logline is the super concise version. One sentence. Protagonist, goal, stakes, core conflict. The Star Wars example is perfect. A young farm boy discovers he has powers and must rescue a princess from an evil empire where the galaxy will fall into darkness. Boom.
Instantly clear. Makes you want to know more.
That's the goal. Not the whole story, just the hook. A common mistake is trying to put everything in the logline. Keep it sharp.
And the synopsis?
That's the longer version. 1 to 2 pages, present tense. It details the whole story, beginning to end, major plot points, resolution. It shows potential partners you actually figured out the entire narrative. It proves you have a complete story.
Okay, so you've got the words, the logline, the synopsis. But film is visual. How do you sell the vision?
That's the pitch deck. Think of it as your film's visual business card. It's a presentation, clear, compelling, visually engaging.
What goes in it?
Key stuff. Title page, obviously. Log line, synopsis. A concept or vision statement. What's the film about? Target audience? Who is this for? And crucially, comparables.
Comps, like other movies.
Exactly. Mention 2-3 successful films with a similar vibe or market. It's Drive meets La La Land. Instantly gives context.
Okay, makes sense.
Then character breakdowns, visual references, a mood board showing look and feel, your key team members, a basic budget overview, a timeline, a clear call to action, what do you need, and contact info. Make it sharp, make it pretty, tailor it to who you're pitching.
That sounds like a ton of work before you even think about filming.
It is. Selling the vision is a whole creative process in itself.
And part of that early stage is deciding. Big or small, feature film or short.
Yeah, the short versus feature film question. Big implications for purpose, focus, budget. Short films, usually under 40 mins, often way shorter, are great calling cards for new talent.
Like a proof of concept.
Exactly. Or a space to experiment. Great for festivals. Focus on one core idea, one moment. Lower budget, more accessible. So many great directors started with shorts that became features. Whiplash, Bottle Rocket.
Sipping Stones.
Totally. Feature film 60 minutes plus, usually 90, 120. That's the goal for commercial release. Building a career. They need intricate plots, multiple arcs, bigger budgets, bigger teams. That's the main event usually.
Okay, so we've journeyed from idea to pitch. Now, the actual prep for shooting, the real nuts and bolts. How does the script become the blueprint for the crew?
Right, this gets us into the language everyone on set needs to speak, starting with screenplay formatting. It's not just about looking professional, though that matters. It's about clarity, readability. Everyone needs to understand it the same way.
Standard format.
Absolutely. 12-point Courier font, not just tradition. It helps with that 1 page equals 1 minute timing rule.
Oh, right.
Starts fade in. Then you have master scene headings, INT for interior, EXT for exterior, location, time of day, all caps, like INT, coffee shop day. Specific margins too.
Details matter.
Hugely. Action lines are present tense, visual what we see and hear, no internal thoughts. Character names in caps, centered above their dialogue centered. Specific notations like VO for voiceover, OS for off-screen. Keep parentheticals brief, like whispering.
Sounds very precise.
It is. Software like Final Draft handles a lot of it, thankfully. But knowing the rules is key. It ensures that a 110-page script translates smoothly for everyone.
So you have the written blueprint, perfect formatting, but film is visual. How do you translate those words into actual shots? So the director of photography, everyone, sees what the director imagines.
That's the magic of storyboarding the vision. It's a critical pre-production step. Basically, you draw the movie shot by shot, like a comic book version of your film.
Drawing. I can't draw.
Stick figures are fine. Seriously. It's not about artistic masterpieces. It's about clarity. A storyboard is a sequence of these drawings with notes.
Why bother? Why not just figure it out on set?
Oh, huge reasons. It lets you visualize the script, shoot it on paper first. You spot problems, refine pacing before you spend money on set. It saves incredible amounts of time and cash.
Okay, pre-solving problems.
Exactly. And it's a communication tool. Director, DP, production designer, actors, everyone sees the plan. Each panel shows the drawing, shot number, scene number, maybe arrows for camera movement.
Do you like pan left or dolly in?
Yep. Plus, dialogue snippets, notes on sound, timing, special effects, like that example. Scene 12, shot 27, drawing of someone climbing a mountain. Arrow shows crane up and dolly in. Notes, heavy rain sound, dialogue, hold on. It makes the abstract concrete.
Okay, I get it. Words to script, script to storyboard pictures. What's the final layer? The absolute most detailed plan before cameras roll. The checklist for the actual shoot day.
That would be the shot list. I call it the filming blueprint. It's super detailed. It breaks down every single scene from your script, and storyboard into individual camera setups. Every shot you need to get.
Every single one?
Every single one you plan for. It's the checklist that turns everything else into actionable instructions for the camera crew. Make sure nothing gets missed.
What's on it?
Okay, for each shot, scene number, shot number, a description of the action in the frame. Shot type size like extreme wide shot, medium close-up, whatever. Camera angle, high, low, eye level. Camera movement, pan, tilt, dolly, Steadicam. Maybe the specific lens choice. Audio notes. And any special notes. Use smoke machine, need prop gun, etc.
Wow, that's granular.
Has to be. It saves massive time and money on set, ensures you get all the coverage you need for editing enough angles and shots to cut the scene together smoothly, keeps the visual style consistent. It's the essential communication tool for the director, DP, assistant director. Everyone's literally on the same page, shot by shot.
Wow. Okay, what a journey today. We've really gone from that first spark of an idea all the way to the super detailed planning right before filming.
Yeah, quite the arc.
We've hit the big narrative structures, the character transformations, how dialogue works, how you package and pitch it all with log lines and decks.
Then the nitty-gritty of formatting, storyboards, and that crucial shot list.
It really shows filmmaking is this amazing blend of like pure creativity and really disciplined, meticulous craft.
It truly is. And, we talked about all these structures and rules, the 3 acts, the hero's journey, screenplay format, shot lists. They can seem kind of rigid, right?
A little bit, yeah, like constraints.
Right. So here's a final thought to chew on. How do these seemingly rigid frameworks actually empower creators? How do they enable the wildest, most innovative visions rather than limiting them?
Like mastering the basics frees you up.
Exactly. Think about it. Maybe mastering these fundamentals is what allows true artistry to really emerge. It frees the filmmaker to focus on expression, on nuance, on breaking the rules with purpose, because the foundation is solid. The rules become the launch pad, not the cage.